I love this comic book, The Walking Dead, book number 42. Carol has just willingly walked into a zombie that Alice had chained between the two fences of the prison for study, and it has bitten her neck. She falls down, mortally wounded, but not struggling or fearful. Andrea swiftly kills the zombie with her rifle. The other survivors, previously engaged in a game of basketball, take notice, especially Tyrese, and rush to help her. Tyrese tries to comfort her, and he tells her to save her strength. Carol tells him to let her die, and she soon does. A distraught Tyrese asks a deceased Carol why, although he is still not sure how deliberate it was. Herschel confirms to Tyrese that he saw her just step forward and let it bite her. Carol soon reanimates, and Andrea puts her down. Carol is later buried next to Alan. Rick is upset by the addition of another member of their group to the graveyard at her funeral, and says they have lost too many. All the survivors sadly look upon the graves as the rain pours down. Later, Herschel, Glenn, Maggie, and Billy are in their room. Billy somewhat shamefully admits to everyone that Carol came to him and had sex with him immediately before committing suicide. He shakingly asks why she would do that to him. Meanwhile, Carl is trying to comfort a shocked Sophia, who is too stunned to speak or move. Laurie and Rick tell Carl that Sophia doesn't want to play right now, and Carl says that he understands and tells Sophia that he still likes her. 2 weeks later, Andrea is still sad about Carol. She's doing a fitting for a riot suit, and she asks why she has to wear it. Dale forces her to use it because it saved Glenn's life. Rick says that whenever an attack comes, she'll be in the tower, and the suit will be there to protect her. Andrea wonders who thought these suits were cool. At the tower, Andrea is practicing shooting, while wearing the suit, with Rick, Tyrese, and Dale looking on. Tyrese expresses his confidence in their plan, with walkers guarding the base and Andrea as their sniper. Andrea gears off and leaves the suit up in the tower as she enlists Tyrese to help her restock ammunition. Dale jealously looks at the two of them. As they're restocking ammunition, Tyrese asks Andrea's feelings about shooting Carol. And she says that it needed to be done, like when she shot Amy. She also says that she doesn't understand why she did it. Tyrese says that the apocalypse has changed him, and it has also changed Andrea. Andrea adds that Amy wouldn't recognize her if she saw her now. She asks Tyrese how he is dealing with Carol's death, and he says that he had a girlfriend in high school who committed suicide. Tyrese says that he hates it when somebody does that, and Carol doesn't deserve his sorrow. Later, Dale wakes up and finds Tyrese and Andrea have made him a wooden leg so that he could walk without crutches. Dale then asks Tyrese to leave so he could talk with Andrea. Andrea asks what's wrong, and Dale says that she can sleep with Tyrese if she wants to, saying that he understands if she's bored with their relationship, since he's older and Tyrese is much younger. Andrea tells Dale that he is handsome and perfect and that she loves him. Glenn and Maggie are talking about Dale's peg leg, and suddenly Maggie says that she would like to have a baby. Glenn wants one too, and they have sex. In Tyrese's cell, he and Michonne are kissing, and Tyrese praises Michonne and tells her she's been great. Michonne wants him not to ruin what they have by talking, and they have sex. In the morning, Rick and Tyrese are talking about the Woodbury survivors. Tyrese asserts that it's been 2 months since Rick and the others escaped there, leading him to think that they won't come back. Rick says if they want to come here, they'd have to kill all the zombies first. And Tyrese agrees to leave the zombies be. Meanwhile, Carl wants to play with Sophia, but again, Laurie says that she probably doesn't want to. Carl says it's okay and kisses her on the cheek. Patricia offers her help in watching over the kids, and Laurie accepts. Meanwhile, Dale is practicing walking with the peg leg. Glenn and Maggie are taking a walk, and Tyrese and Michonne are playing basketball. At Herschel's vegetable garden, Rick jokingly says that he could beat Tyrese at basketball, one-handed. He tastes one of the tomatoes and says that they are great. Herschel says that they won't be able to save them for winter. Rick compliments Herschel again, calling him a magician with vegetables. And suddenly they notice that some cars are assembling in front of their fences. The governor comes out of a tank and yells, "Kill them all." Carol has ended her life by a zombie. Her mental health was not in good shape. Andrea has to kill the reanimated Carol. They have a funeral and bury her next to Alan. The whole thing is pretty shocking. Andrea had to kill her reanimated sister Amy as well early on. That one still gets me. Tyrese is moving on from the Carol saga with Michonne. He feels nothing about Carol's suicide, but he and Michonne were the trigger mechanism that started Carol's downward spiral and led her to suicide by zombie. I feel really bad for Sophia. She already lost her dad, now her mom is gone too. Carol did not even think about how it would affect her. I guess in her last conversation with Lori, where she asked if she would look after Sophia if something happened to her, that was as much as she could do. I guess it was better than nothing, but not by much. 2 weeks have passed and Andrea is still feeling the loss. That's understandable. She still grieves loss like a normal person. The rest are just compartmentalizing faster and shaking it off faster. Not really sure. I don't even think some people cared enough to grieve. We finally find out why Andrea has been spending so much time with Tyrese. The two work together to make a prosthetic leg for Dale so he might be able to walk again. I'm glad Dale likes the leg and is trying to master it. They may need to make him a cane to use with it so he doesn't have to use a crutch. What he said to Andrea shocked me. Maybe he is not aware that Michonne and Tyrese are an itemish. The end is just, well, there's no words for that. The governor is still alive. He's missing an arm and an eye and maybe more, but still alive. He's just led a small army up to the prison gates. He wants everyone dead. Wow, he wants revenge. This is not good. Thanks for tuning in to the I Love This Comic Book podcast. If you would like to make a donation in support of this podcast, you can through Cash App to Pasta26MC. That's pasta like the food, the number 2, the number 6, M as in monkey, C as in cat. If you would like to sponsor this podcast or advertise on it, please send an email to podcast@pastasworld.com. As always, you can go to pastasworld.com for more information.